Hi guys, welcome to our live charting today, November 2, 2020. So let's start. We will use Candlestick and possibly Renko. So since October month ends, we will use the monthly time frame first before we go to the lower time frames. So anyway, this is let me share to you first the October prices from 2011 to 2020. So these are the prices, and it's growing at an average of 342. That's the average of all of this. But versus the previous year, October 2019, that's actually up by 50.99%. For this month, actually I'm expecting at least also close to this up or about 90% growth at this month, and possibly same next month, December. So yeah, because if you look at the summary, actually November, December, and January are the ones with the highest returns based on the average. So now let's move and analyze this monthly chart. So this is a triangle, a symmetrical triangle, and normally we measure the width of the triangle or the height of the triangle and put that at the breakout. So I'm targeting, let's copy this and Control V. I'm targeting around 27,500 area. So it trade within this triangle and then it break at this area around the 9,800 level. But currently trading at 13,358. This is the current resistance I'm looking at, the 13,896 or around 13,900 area. So using this monthly chart, the support I'm currently looking at is that area around the 11,600 area. So yeah, So my long-term target around this 27,500, currently at resistance of 13,900 area, that could possibly retest the monthly support of 11,600 area. So this is the monthly chart using candlestick. Now let's use Renko chart. So oh, so for Renko chart, I think it's better if we use this weekly chart. If I'm not mistaken, I use the daily chart in analyzing the same. Anyway, in Renko chart, we'll just use the daily time frame, because actually they are almost the same. Yes. Where? You turn on the light first. Oh, so again, using the Renko chart, this is the daily time frame. So still the same, also a triangle, and normally we are measuring the height of that triangle, and then upon breakout, let's just put that, and that's our target. This is our long-term target, around 27,000, almost the same using the candlestick. And for this one, actually I'm currently looking at this one as also a possible scenario to trade within this range, and possibly retest, of course, this area, the around the 17,000 area. So possibly break out at this area and retest that all-time high to 27,000. So that's my expectation. Currently, most of my trades, as I mentioned in my previous video, came from long positions. So anyway, I think that's it for our long-term charts. Normally, I use Renko so that it's less noise, but I also use candlestick for lesser time frame. Like for example, if you are scalping, I normally use the 3 hours and 30 minutes, but sometimes if I'm looking at the chart, I can also use the 1 minute time frame. So I think that's it for the longer term chart. Now let's look at this one. I mean, because I saw a divergence a while ago. Let me show you that's this one. Using the daily candlestick time frame, this is it. A bearish divergence. This is going up while the divergence indicator is already going down. And now currently at 13,375. But as I've mentioned a while ago, I'm long term, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. But of course, on a short term time frame, expect a healthy correction. For me, this is just a healthy correction. So let's, as long as the trend or the uptrend, uh, uptrend is not, or it did not break this uptrend channel or breakdown as this area, for me, it's still long-term bullish. Is still intact. So I think that's it for the daily time frame, and possibly, of course, worst case, to retest this area. So that's but I'm looking at this area around the 12,000 worst case scenario. And of course, the resistance at this area depends where the candlestick is, but maybe around this area. This is daily time frame, so yeah, possibly this area, or uptrend resistance, and of course the downtrend support. So that's what I'm expecting it for Bitcoin. Now let's move on to the daily time frame. I mean the 3 hours time frame. So for 3 hours, okay, now you go up na. Okay na? Ano pa? Oh, and okay, let's get back to 3 hours time frame. Anyway, if you are scalping I normally use this Bollinger Band. I trade the extremes. Normally, of course, if it goes out of the band. Like for example, this one. That's where my trade normally. I don't trade at the middle of the band. So that, of course, the rewards is higher than the risk. So for this one, yeah, possibly I can go long and wait until this area, the 13,800 area. Normally, I measure the risk reward. If the risk reward ratio is at least 2, I'll trade the transaction, or I go long or I go short if this is the area. So now, since it went below the Bollinger Band, so that's a possible risk reward ratio of 2.63. So I could possibly go long and expect possibly a 3.31% profit at 1 times leverage. However, if I got stop out, I could lose around 1.26%. Normally in trading futures, I normally use the maximum leverage for Bitcoin, which is 100 times, and then I control the position size. Normally, 1%. That's the amount that I use in margin as margin. And normally the liquidation is 0 on the platform that I'm using. So there. So for 30 minutes time frame, normally I just use this one, 3 hours and 30 minutes when I'm scalping. So currently this is the area, should be the area of going long. So let me check if it's still profitable if I go long. Oh, this one. This is the. So that's still a risk reward ratio of 2.04. My target TP is the 13,674 and my stop loss area is 13,214. Normally for my stop loss, I use market stop or market trailing stop because using the limit stop, sometimes you are not done or there's still a possibility of you me getting liquidated. So normally, yeah, stop loss. My stop loss is market stop. But when opening a position, I use limit. So I think that's it. So if you have some questions, oh, let me check. Seems like there is a divergence. There is a bullish divergence here. This is going down and this is going up. So there. Anyway, normally I just use the candlestick or Renko chart in my trading. But if ever that I add some indicator, I normally use RSI or this one since it also use RSI, the divergence indicator, and sometimes the Bollinger Band. So if you have some questions, yeah, just feel free to ask. Anyway, let's move to the this one, BTC dominance. Because the last time it is already close to filling the gap. But it failed to fill the gap. So, and wait, let's use this. Yeah, that's the daily time frame. So if you look at the BTC dominance, there's actually 3 gaps. This area, the 66 or the 66 area, and then this one around the 74 area, and this one the around 97 area. So currently it's sorry, I have an alarm. Let's wait. think I'll just wait it to finish. So it means that BTC is trending back higher. Anyway, so this is the BTC dominance. There is 3 gaps around this 66 area, 74, and the 97 area. But currently now at 63 area. Let's look at the divergence indicator. Let's add this up. But currently it's trending lower because it almost reached around the 70 plus area, 74 area. And let's look at the chart. Let's look at the candles. But it seems like it could possibly retest and fill this gap. Where is the... this is what I'm expecting for the BTC dominance to fill this gap, and then to fill that gap and just there. Possibly retest again that gap, retest this next resistance of around the 68 area before filling the second gap of around the 74 area. Because normally, as what I've mentioned a while ago, November, December, and January are usually there is a higher growth versus the other months. So yeah, let's see how it goes for BTC. So for this 97 area, yeah, it really depends on Bitcoin adoption because this is already as a very high dominance. So for now, I think I'll just concentrate on this one, 66 area and the 74 area to get filled. And then after that, yeah, let's see how's the adoption of Bitcoin, especially for the institutionals. So anyway, if you have some questions, just feel free to ask. So I have an alarm at 13,400. Why? Because let me show you again the Renko chart. Because if you are using the Renko chart, each Renko chart is a support and resistance. And if you point this to this Renko chart, the high is 13,380.64. I just round it off to 13,400. So it means that it is now possibly forming another bullish Renko chart. And the target of that is around the 13,800 levels. So that's how I use it. Normally for free subscription like us, we just have a one alert. So since BTC is the majority of my trades, I maximize the use of it. So now let's look at the other alts. Oh, it's mostly red. So anyway, let's look at the equities, even equities. So maybe because of course, a US election. So expect a volatility. So anyway, for Bitcoin, as what I've said, I'm more long-term bullish and I will take the this this one as healthy correction. And if you look at the Renko chart, mostly it's still a bullish Renko. So yeah, I think let's see. And wait, let's just loading. But if I remember it correctly, versus November 2019 versus November 2018 is a 90% growth for Bitcoin. So I'm expect a possible upside of around 90% or maybe close to 90%. Anyway, let's look at this one. Because this one is, wait, the closing of this one is 13,800. So 13,800 times 1.9, expect around the 26 to 20. If 90% growth will materialize this month. So actually that's the same as our targets, or yeah, just close to our target of this triangle that around the 26 to 20, but this one is around 27,000. So and then copy, control paste, and this one. So the 27,190. This one, that's more than more than 90%. But of course, at a minimum, I will expect at least this one if yeah, history repeats itself. So I think that's it. So if you have some questions, feel free to ask. Because if none, I'll end this charting. It's just loading. Oh, there. So as what I've mentioned a while ago, this one is 90% up versus the 2018 November. Also in December, 94% up versus December amount in the same period of December. So let's see if this will repeat, because the 13,816, anyway, I use bit stamp in this amount times 1, times 1 plus this one. So that's a possible 20, yeah, that's around the 27 a while ago. 26,270. And if another 90% times 1 plus, that's very much bullish. This one, this. So 50,000 possibly if this trend continues. 90% up for this month and another 94% up this month. Same as last year. So let's see if this one will hit. Normally, currently, I just trade long. I don't trade short. Though sometimes, if I scalp, I do some short, but at a very minimal size. So I think that's it, guys. See you again tomorrow for next Bitcoin update. Oh, so if you have no more questions, guys, then yeah, let's end this. Uh, let's end this one. So anyway, I'll just add this one, the Ethereum, because actually I'm expecting a possibly to get back to around the 500 area. So anyway, let me just so this is what I'm expecting for Ethereum. It's a long-term downtrend, and it break that long-term downtrend, and now currently trading within this channel, and could possibly retest this resistance of around the 500 area. So this is the resistance I'm currently looking at, and yeah, if it will not break this area, possibly trade back here and break out there, or a break down near the apex. So let's see. So for now, yeah, I'm also in a long position for Ethereum. Currently, I'm in a long position, and yeah, my target is actually the 500 area. So yeah, let's see. Wait, let me check this one. The line break. There. Actually, even using line break, they almost the same resistance. And currently, this is a bullish line chart. And the next resistance is this area. But before that, 800, this one first, around the 500 area. So let's see how it goes for Ethereum. But of course, the support I'm looking at, if ever it reverse, is the 287 area. So let's see. So normally this is the chart I'm using, the candles, the point and figure, the Renko, line break, Kagi, and Hikenashi. Normally I just trade using these charts. And if there's an indicator, I'll just add divergence indicator and I'm good. And of course, always remember to manage risk. So I think that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight and see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys, and happy trading. What's this? Oh.